Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales of Three, an all-queer, narrative-driven D&D podcast where your three GMs are also your three PCs. My name is Dusty, my pronouns are they, she, and I play Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her. And I saw this pin just now that says, oh, they're flipping each other off. That's not what the pin says, but I'm watching Ari and we are flipping each other off. But the pin says, I'm too clumsy to be around fragile masculinity, and yeah, same.
Me too.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Alara Spindlespark, whose pronouns are also she, her, and I always lose to the nose game with Weira. Well, most of the time. Most of the time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Weira. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Varys. His pronouns are he, they. And I am obsessed with picking on Ari. It's so much fun.
A note regarding content warnings. This campaign is a dark fantasy that deals consistently with topics of body horror, complicated relationship dynamics, emotional distress, fantasy violence, gore, mechanized spiders, mental health and illness, profanity, and romantic and sexual relationships. A full list of episode-specific content warnings can always be found in the show notes of each episode. Last time, the three spoke to Delilah's ghostly form and she offered to close the portals, but warned them she wasn't sure what would happen when the portal closed. They heeded her warning and left the cavern, but not before grabbing some items off the podium and Onyx's body. They ran for a while with Wolf Ivy using her keen senses to guide them toward the exit. Along the way, they encountered more cultists, falling rocks, splintered holes in the ground, and a tunnel leading up that the three had to climb. Upon reaching the top, a cultist tried to push Wolf Ivy back down the hole, but she deftly dodged, and Varys pushed Alara up to safety before they made quick work of the remaining cultists who were barring the door from anyone escaping. Varys pried the door open, and the three continued running until the ground rumbled again, and Alara, Varys, and Ivy watched as the town of Grimford sunk below the ground, just like the city of Lothent before it. Defeated but alive and relatively safe, they walked on until Alara couldn't anymore. They slept in a field of flowers, each lost in their own thoughts. Wolf Ivy took first watch, and when her wild shape finally ended, we learned that Ivy doesn't remember what happens when she wild shapes. We pick up now the morning after, with Varys making a statement about Ivy's home.
So you're from the Feywild.
She looks at Varys and she just kind of shrugs.
She goes, I knew you weren't from Ixalan.
I don't know why. I played it off so well. A real Ixtalan head here.
Honestly, Ivy, I'm pretty bad at picking up on things like that. And even I picked up on it. So no offense, but I don't think you were that good at it. But I really understand why you didn't tell us where you were actually from, because, well, I've never met anyone from the Feywild before.
And now you have. Hello?
Hi.
I think Ivy sticks out a hand to shake, and she goes, my name is Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey.
Alara sticks out her hand and goes, my name is Alara Spindlespark, but you know that already.
I think when Ivy introduces herself as her full name, she says Nightbreeze. He pauses in what he's doing and kind of straightens up a bit. He recognizes the name. He was hoping to never hear something familiar all the way out here. Can't fucking catch a break, though. He plays it off well, and he just looks at her.
I don't think she's even looking at him. I think she's just looking at Alara.
They're doing a very awkward handshake right now.
They are?
That's so cute.
Alara's full, her whole arm is stiff, her whole arm is moving up and down, you know? She's so uncomfortable.
I think that he puts that bit of info in the back of his mind and makes mental note to be more careful and just shakes their head at the awkward handshake.
And I think Ivy continues with, so I am from the Fae, born and raised, never stepped foot on this godforsaken plane before.
Well, that makes everything makes a lot more sense now. Because you didn't really know anything. why? I mean, not that like just like why'd you come here, but like not like in a weird way, and like what brings you to this plane type of way, you know?
Not like you're holding the knife point and asking me why I did an illegal thing. Honestly, I really think my dad just wanted me to get out for a little bit. I genuinely have never left home before.
Oh.
Ever. And he sort of gave me this map and said, go find your wizard, and pushed me out the portal.
Okay. Well, this must have been a really weird introduction to Elisora.
Yes, welcome to Elisora. They do like a gesture as he looks like crap with like dry blood all over him.
She goes, it's definitely been a ride, but a lot more interesting than home.
Is this interesting or like really dangerous? And you almost got sacrificed because you're from the Fae. They said something about a Fae child.
She goes, I mean, I know I'm special.
Laura nods. I think that they were trying to open a portal with your blood. Just by there was a lot of blood. They were pouring it, you know, into the crevices.
She nods slowly.
It was really weird.
Was, yes. I don't really know what else to say about it.
Do you think that anyone in the town survived?
I don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
She nods. Well, I hope they did.
And I don't think you want my answer.
Why not?
Because I would say probably not.
Oh.
Not many. How are you holding up?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like shrugs. As good as anyone can be who, almost watched their friend get sacrificed, in a cult under the ground, and was also hanging from a meat hook. That was a freezer, right? Like that was a people freezer?
Mm-hmm. That was
they were gonna eat us?
Full of people. Mm-hmm.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so like just as good as anyone can be when that happens to them, almost.
So no, you're not doing alright.
I mean, I think I'm doing pretty okay overall. Are you?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just another day for me, but
Me too.
They shake their head.
It's not for me.
It's not for me either. I was joking.
I'm glad that everyone is alright.
Me too.
But also, it's okay to not be alright. You don't have to lie.
She nods.
A lot happened, and I'm sure most of that was things you've never done or never even imagined.
No.
It's alright to be upset about it, and in fact, I would be worried if you weren't.
Are you upset about it?
No, not really.
Should we be worried about it?
But that's up to you.
Maybe a little.
I'm a little upset about it. Not very much.
Are you upset about it, Ivy?
What part specifically?
All of it.
Because it's just kind of like we're talking about a nebulous it right now. I wasn't sacrificed, so like that was ace.
Yeah.
We got out,
Mhm.
which is also good.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Everybody has their limbs.
Mhm. You killed Onyx real good.
I think she like stops and like looks at you for a second, like a little wide-eyed.
Chris Nods like snapped his neck like a fucking twig.
I did. Totally.
Make a deception check.
Insight checks from us.
7.
10.
35.
What is my deception? Oh, 10.
Rollies.
Yeah.
16.
16.
Rollies again.
Rollies.
Nat 20.
No.
19.
Ah.
What's your plus?
0.
Okay, yeah. Nat 20 for 24.
Yeah, you just chomped right on his neck.
Just crunch.
Yeah. Oh, Delilah.
Oh, right.
Ivy nods.
What in the hells? I guess. And the portals, 2 portals.
To 2 different planes, I'd imagine. Delilah was definitely, like, you know, dead, right? Like, that was a ghost?
A ghost. She was a ghost lady. Yeah. Alara starts taking stuff out of her pockets. She kind of like adjusts Bia a little bit so she could reach into her pocket. And she takes out this kind of like thick, leather-bound book. And it's got some like paper sticking out of it at the end. And she takes out she basically starts taking out everything that she has in her pockets that she found. And she's like, look at, I found this book. And more gems. I don't even know what they could be.
You know, as much as I am excited to look through everything we found, I really think perhaps we should eat and get going.
Where?
Anywhere but here.
Ivy pulls out the map from Alara's pocket.
Her new map or her old map?
Her new map. I think she reaches for the old one. Like, she thinks about the old one as she's pulling it out, and she goes, no, fuck, not that one. Pulls out the new one and goes, let's see, the closest town to here, Ozrin, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we can go to Ozrin.
That's where your friend Zath is from, right?
Correct, yep.
He said he has chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh, there you go.
We should definitely go there.
Something to look forward to for you.
Mm-hmm. And for you, too. We're all having chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh, right, yes.
We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Priorities.
I think, you know, as they're, like, settled down to, like, eat some rations and get ready for the day, and Paris looks at Ivy and goes, your last name, Nypreys Tinkerfay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the Nypreys family?
She sort of shrugs and she goes, honestly, not much. My dad told me that he came to the Fae, like, a long time ago. Something about his family being awful people, and he wanted to get away from them. And he hasn't been back since. So he told me to stay away from them if I could.
Insight check.
Okay.
Persuasion or deception?
13.
That one. I mean, she's telling the truth.
Okay.
I think you can tell at this point when she lies, because she's not a good liar.
That's fair. Not the best. I think that he nods a couple, like, once or twice, just slowly. And he goes, they're quite shady from what I hear. They don't have the best reputation. Be careful who you mention that last name to. It carries some weight.
Do you know who they are?
I'm certainly not unfamiliar with them.
Okay, so then my father's name is Basil. Do you know?
History check. Does he know Basil? 16.
I think you would know Basil in the hushed whispers of the family. He left and he was, like, struck from the records.
I had a feeling. He was, oh, right. Yeah, he was the oldest son, disowned by the family, I believe.
He did say they were awful people, so...
Yeah, they're not great.
So you don't want to go meet your grandparents in Ixalan?
Varys looks at Alara and goes, they're actually not alive.
Oh.
Your grandparents are dead.
Sorry.
She shrugs. She's like, didn't know who they were. If they were awful people, I'm okay.
Your uncle is alive, though, I believe. Last I heard.
I actually don't even know his name. So, more power to him for being alive.
Ambrose Nypreys. Sorry, Ambrosius Nypreys.
Ambrosius. It's a very pretentious name.
Very fancy.
Suits him well. From what I hear, anyway. If you have any desire to meet that side of your family, they're in the capital.
Ixalan?
Ixalan, yes.
I think that, now that I know, where you're actually from, I really think that we should probably work on getting you up to speed on, like, being better at pretending that you're from here, because no offense, you did
your best.
yeah, you did. You definitely did your best.
I wasn't kidding when I said I was sheltered. That part wasn't a lie. The growing up in a big house, the schedule thing, that those bits weren't lies. But yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this place? Just curiosity.
A lot.
A lot of things.
There's a lot of messed up laws and politics around here, so...
Wait, so there's not a magical cave underneath Ixalan that has rocks in it?
Not to my knowledge, no.
I was gonna say there might be. I don't fucking know.
There's mines on the outest part near Ixalan, but not in Ixalan.
Under Ixalan.
No.
I don't understand the whole magic thing here. What is this refusing or whatever you call it?
The Forsaking?
Sure.
So you know how the whole town kind of got buried last night?
Uh-huh.
Insta check.
No,
15.
I got a 7.
What did I get? Deception. I got a 13. No, she doesn't know. That was her. I'm totally lying. Uh-huh.
Ferris makes direct eye contact with you, Ivy, and raises an eyebrow, but doesn't interrupt Alara.
She looks down at her hands, which are holding like a piece of bacon that Bia is nibbling on because she is forcing Bia to take it slow.
Alara goes, well, so that's kind of like what used to happen back during the Forsaking. It's kind of like when the gods forsook us.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
Their magic did a lot of bad things to the world, and people were not okay with it. And so they went out and they killed the gods.
Her eyes, like her brows knit together at that. I'm sorry, regular people killed gods?
They hunted them down throughout all of Thylacere. Thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of people, hunted them down, and through great battle and effort, got rid of them by one way or another. Magic was so volatile in Elisora that the slight use of it ended up in catastrophe.
Like sunk cities underground.
Thousands, millions of people died. It was having adverse effects. And the gods using their magic only made it worse. So, people hunted them. Some of them left on their own, others were not sure. History claims that they were killed.
I think she like slowly nods and she goes, I mean, I guess it would have to be a lot of people to kill a god.
I would imagine so. Ever since then, magic has not been a welcome thing in Thylacere.
But it's getting better.
It is.
It's gotten more stable as time has gone on. We're at tier 5 now, which is really great, right?
So what do you mean tier 5?
Yeah, it's hard to remember that you don't know anything. Sorry. We have like the government has like tiers of magic, and 1 is like the lowest. Well, I guess 0 technically is the lowest. And essentially, if you are casting at tier 5 as of, and she looks at Ferris, do you know how long it's been now?
I believe 20 years.
As of 20 years ago, tier 5 has been legal, and you don't need to register your magical signature anymore in order to cast at that level. So that's progress, right? So it is getting better.
Is this something that your queen or king is doing, or?
Oh, yes. Our monarchy has decided that in order to monitor the progress of and stabilization of magic in Thylacere, that anyone using magic needs to register the magic signature up to the tier put in place. If you are casting tier 5 magic, that is a higher magic spell. Anything beyond that is illegal. Illegal.
In some places, even like the other tiers aren't like super accepted, like just because they're legal, like through the government, which is why, well, you saw in the lab, you know.
Anything tier 3 and above, people get uncomfortable.
But okay, so if you don't have gods here, your monarch is a regular person?
I believe they're human.
A human?
Which is like really regular, you know? Like the regular, most regular of the regular.
How do they know when you're doing magic if they're human?
Do you see how the whole town just went underground? There's signs.
If you're using magic above tier 5, there's signs.
But what if you're doing magic and you're not registered?
Pray they don't find you.
How do they know?
You can do magic when you're not registered, but if your magic signature is found near a crime scene, they'll find you. There are people specifically employed to hunt people like that down. People who aren't registered.
But we don't have to worry because none of us did anything down there, and there's so much other magic going on, which, by the way, opening portals is like top tier.
Mm-hmm. And forgotten knowledge is not commonly known.
I just find it wild that your monarch is a human.
What is your monarch?
The normal monarch? You know, a god?
Your monarch is a god.
Oh. Is it one of ours?
I thought all yours were killed.
Not all of them.
No, some of them went out, just they went back. And she does like a head gesture up or down or left or she's like, I don't know where they go, you know? Well, Mortimer is supposedly in the ethereal plane.
Would Ivy know who Mortimer is?
Yep.
Yeah, Mortimer is like universal.
The god of death is universal.
No, Titania's been in the Feywild for forever.
Would we know who Titania is?
From fairy tales.
Yeah.
That were like warning your children not to trust fey creatures.
Alara's like, wow, so the books are real, huh?
You know, I'm not sure how accurate children's fairy tales would be, but...
Well, I mean, Titania is in the fairy tales, and she is actually the queen. Unless you're just lying, Ivy, which...
No, she is the queen of Felsmore and Sealy Court. And then the other kingdom is ruled by Nemeth, King Nemeth.
The other kingdom?
Yes, there's two in the Feywild. The Sealy and the Unsealy.
There's 3 here.
No. And they're all ruled by humans?
Oh no, one of them not even sure what the ruling government is like. We don't know much about them.
She goes, no, but the lab that I work at is like on the border of the mountains, and Rohis makes like mechanized weaponish type stuff to protect us from anyone coming over the border. But that's as much as I know about
The other one is a divine kingdom.
Alara rolls her eyes.
Divine kingdom?
Divine, yes.
Gods.
They went the other direction. This is a kingdom who still, despite what the gods have done to the world, and the negative reputation around them, have decided to dedicate their lives and their kingdom to those gods.
Yiva, specifically in that one.
Oh, she's definitely the major one, for sure.
I'm sorry that your god sucks.
Alara shrugs.
I have no love for them.
Titania does everything in her power to help her people.
Well, it is said that there were some gods that stayed and tried to help, hence the reason why we have some more religious places. Like in Halsveer, it's said that Alatora blessed the whole land with a really lush biome, which, you know, I kind of think is true because, and she takes out her salve and she goes, because you can't get these microorganisms anywhere else on Thylacer, which also, that's a big secret, so please don't tell anyone.
As long as you don't tell anyone I'm from the Fae, I think we're good.
She shakes her head.
I think it'd be a mutual ratting out at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Bear shrugs like, I just hit things. What am I going to do with knowledge?
Well, people who get hit need to be healed. And these things are really good at it.
Well, your secret is safe with me.
She nods.
We can give you a sort of crash course on history as we move, if you'd like.
This was a really big crash course.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But there's certainly more. And we are about a day's journey from Ozrin.
And I can tell you anything you want to know about the Fae if you want to know. I know there's only one portal here.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I'd love to hear about it.
Where is this portal, by the way? The Feywild portal.
Vitram.
It's in a city?
It is.
In the Shattered Cove.
I didn't come through a city.
Where did you come through?
I came through into like a forest. Definitely not a city.
Well, if you told me that yesterday before you were chained to a table and we were hanging from meat hooks, I would be like, there's only one portal in Thylacer. But, you know, we literally saw two.
Yeah, who knows how many more there are.
I'm just a little, I mean, and she points back in the direction of Grimford and she goes, it sunk the whole town underground.
Mm-hmm.
What if that happened somewhere else?
Is there anyone working on stabilizing these things? Because the portals in the Feywild are fine, and there's a bunch of them.
No, there's...
I mean, to be fair, Titania opened them herself, so I don't know if it's like a difference between a god opening them and people opening them. Titania's magic is very strong.
I imagine it is if she's a goddess.
And she's like the goddess of the Feywild.
I thought you said there were two.
Yeah, she's more... I mean, she's like more powerful than Nemeth.
I think Varys just shrugs. Like, I don't know much about gods, nor do I care to learn much about them, so...
I mean, she's really the only one I know anyways. I just know of Nemeth. I think it's at this point that we start walking, probably. Okay. You guys are walking towards a destination now. Last night you were just trying to get away, and now you're heading towards a destination, which is Ozrin. The path is big enough, I think, that there's really not going to be like a marching order. It's just going to be like the three of them can walk side by side with Bia flying over if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about anything as you walk? Like, does anybody have any questions for Ivy? I think Ivy's a little too loaded with information right now to ask anything.
I think Alara is too. I think her whole world just kind of got turned, not upside down, but like...
Kinda.
Yeah, like everything, so many new experiences in a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she's just walking and like processing everything.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think Varys is just keeping an eye out as they walk. Also doing a bit of processing about the Feywild. It's interesting.
So I think you guys get probably a couple hours in. The sun's pretty high in the sky at this point. How far away do we think Ozrin is?
It's a day.
She probably may be halfway there at this point. I need everybody to... Well, what's everybody's passive perception?
12.
10.
Y'all. Ivy suddenly stops and like holds out her arm for everybody to stop with her. Do they stop or do they keep walking forward?
Oh no, absolutely. Varys stops immediately.
No, stop.
I think her ear twitches as she's listening. And she goes, there's something in the woods over there. Now, if anybody would like to make an active...
I would love to, yes.
Check.
15.
Why do I bother? It's the same with his passive. 12.
Alara, you hear it. You
Okay.
hear the rustling. Varys, you do not.
It's rustling. I hear rustling.
What direction did Ivy point?
She pointed to their right.
I think Varys turns that direction, like braces for something to jump out. He trusts them. Ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
What does Alara do?
She goes, it's rustling.
That's it.
And she looks.
Frost has already started to form on Ivy's hand, I think,
Nice.
as soon as she heard the rustling. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative as you watch this giant ass creature come stumbling out of the woods in front of them. It's 10 feet tall,
Oh my god.
a purplish color with a beak. It's like scaly, and its arms end in these little hooks
Oh.
as a hook horror comes rumbling out of the
Where the fuck did that come from?
woods.
Natural 1.
17.
Ah, Laura.
Natural
How?
1. This is like my 4th natural 1 this evening. So,
You've been rolling too good lately. Sorry.
have I?
Okay. Varys, you are up first as this thing roars in your face.
In my face?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I hate it. I think this thing like screeches in Varys' face and like the hair whips back, and I think that he just like casually reaches his hand to the side, and the vermilion red mist forms and the scythe manifests in his hand. He grips it and is gonna take a swing at the creature.
Go for it.
16 to hit.
That hits.
That's 12 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
As I think he just kind of like goes for like straight across the chest or the stomach, whatever is closest.
Yeah, so you cut into, I think it's probably going to be its upper chest. You cut up into its upper chest and it roars, and it takes one of its large hook arm things and hooks into your shoulder.
Oh!
And is going to roll an attack. That is a 16 plus
Meets
6.
it, beats it. Yep. Oh,
16
shit.
plus 6.
That was 16. Shit.
So,
Definitely hits. Absolutely.
that is going
Holy
to be...
fuck.
God damn it.
Back at it, fellas.
Mm-hmm. Laura's like, I'm so sore.
It's 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then it's going to take the other one
No.
and try to hook into the other side.
Cool.
Oh,
Come at me, bro.
no. Talk about meat hooks.
Yeah, right?
Natural 20.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Hit me. Let's go.
16 off the bat.
Okay.
Oh my god.
16 plus 6.
22.
2.
22 points of damage on the other side.
Oh, it's 1 point off from being like half of his hit points. Well, he's got 12 hit points left, guys. Varys looks fucked up.
And that is its turn. It's now Ivy's turn. And Ivy is going to pull up her spells list real quick because she got really excited about this monster.
Varys is like, what the fuck is this thing? I've never seen something like this before. Immediate almost death.
Immediately bodies you. Okay, so she's gonna run up and like slap at its arm that's still dug into Varys. She's going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, good. Okay. Fuck that.
That is a 17 plus whatever the fuck that hits. So that is going to be 3d10.
Ooh.
That's amazing.
Murder it. Max damage.
18 points of necrotic damage. And I think that hook lets go from Varys.
Cool.
And you just see blood spurt.
Yeah. As it roars in pain. Alara, that is your turn.
Okay, so Alara is going to do two things. She's right next to, right? Like she's right next to it. Like on either side of Varys? Okay.
Yep.
And she's going to slip her glove on and she's going to start rubbing her fingertips on her palm until it starts to spark. And she is going to slap the other arm that is hooked into Varys for a... What is my plus? 15 to hit?
Meets it, beats it.
Fuck yes. Okay. So that's going to be just 1 point of damage. Just one. Just one little point.
He's a little zappy zap.
It's a little zap.
It definitely still lets go of Varys because it wasn't expecting the electricity, I think.
And then she's going to uncork her Varys vial that's on her chest and cast Healing Word for 8 points of healing to Varys. As
Thank
the
you.
nanobots swarm the shoulder that I guess it just unhooked from, and it heals up that side, but the other side is still bleeding.
That's okay. Thank you.
And that is her turn.
So the hook horror,
The Hellcore.
it's Varys. So Varys, fuck it up, fuck it up.
Awesome. He's gonna bonus.
Please fuck it up.
He's gonna bonus action rage.
Okay, good.
First of all, he just kind of like he gives himself a shake and like gives this thing a death glare, and he's gonna take a hit, a swipey swipe.
A slashy slash.
17 to hit.
That hits.
As a total of 16 points of slashing damage, and I think he's gonna go for one of the hook, like the claws.
Yeah, I love that.
Just like bitch.
So yeah, you cut pretty deep into this hook
Love it.
at like probably the joint. You cut bone.
Amazing.
All right, now this is the hook horror's turn.
Boo.
It's gonna take a swipe at Ivy. Yeah, that hits her. There's absolutely no way that wouldn't hit her.
With a +6 to hit? No way.
Yeah. 9 points of damage.
Damn. What the hell is happening? That's what Alara's thinking.
And now it's gonna swing on Alara.
No!
Oh god.
She goes,
Swing,
no!
no.
It's another fucking 19.
That hits.
Oh, Laura.
Well, I mean, technically it's a 25. That is going to be 14 points of damage as it buries its hook into your shoulder.
That's a perma-scar.
How many hit points do you have?
21.
Okay.
She yelps in pain.
Where did it hit her?
In the
In
shoulder.
her shoulder.
Cool.
Ivy's going to slap it again. She's going to slap the hook that's like embedded into her skin currently. That hits. That's going to be 3d10.
Nice.
14 points of damage.
Amazing.
It's looking rough.
Okay.
Bitch.
It looks rough as it screams and unhooks its claw from her. Alara, that is your turn.
Well,
Smack
is
it.
she hooked? She's hooked,
She's
right?
hooked. Yeah.
Yeah, she can't move, so she's gonna smack it again with electricity. That's a 14 on the die plus 6, so that is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Just 1d8. 8 points of
Woo-hoo!
electricity damage.
Nice.
It definitely unhooks itself from you as it screams again.
Yeah, and she grabs her shoulder and, like, trying to stop the blood.
Mm-hmm. It's spurting. Varys, that is your turn.
Yeah, I think Bears is gonna go for the head.
Okay.
15.
Meets it, beats it.
Hey. Ooh. Ooh. 15 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
You said you wanted to decapitate it?
I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me how you do it.
This thing is 10 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think he kind of like, it got moved away from him, probably. Did it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he takes a run and jumps up for it and like brings the scythe down and with the curved end and just with the body weight and the momentum, just severs it from top down.
Yeah. It's amazing. It screams as you do this, and then it's quiet. Now you've got a dead hook hand, a hook horror.
What the fuck?
Ivy's breathing heavily at this point. She's like, what is with this place?
Alara, also breathing heavily, holding her shoulder, is like, I don't know. Literally, I have seen more death and destruction and carnage than I have in the last 3 days than I have in my entire life. And I've been attacked more than I ever have in my entire life. What is that?
History check?
Yeah, history check.
History. 24.
Nice.
Yeah.
You would know that these types of beasts reside primarily underground. I think it's pretty easy for you to deduce that this thing
Did we like unearth it?
was probably living in the tunnels
Yeah.
and got out as the tunnels were collapsing. So was aggro because its home was destroyed.
I think we just found the man-eating monster. These things typically reside underground.
Oh, so we just like displaced it from its home?
We didn't.
Well, not us. Yeah.
It was displaced. Your shoulder. He looks at you.
Mm-hmm. And Laura looks at Ivy and goes, your shoulder.
All our shoulders.
And then she looks back at Varys, whose other shoulder is bleeding.
Who looks the worst? Probably Alara, yeah?
Laura.
Yeah.
No,
I think he's gonna go and it's like, why don't we take a rest, you know? Just take a moment and fix the wounds and then continue on.
oh yeah, I wasn't gonna try to just keep walking with my shoulder bleeding like this.
Alright, good.
We would just leave a trail of blood for whoever to follow it anyway.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna try to help Alara stop the bleeding.
Does anyone need and she pulls out like her healer's kit and it has like gauze and it has like sterile pads in it and it has like alcohol in it. And she's like, once I get my shoulder fixed, I can patch everybody up really quick. Hey, that's really good. That is, she gets all of her health back.
Hey.
I got a 6 and a 7. She looks at Varys and she goes, thank you for helping.
Anytime.
Do you need help?
Help Ivy first.
Ivy's just kind of sitting on the ground, I think.
Just bleeding?
She's like holding her shoulder. I think she's just kind of like staring off into the distance.
She goes, can I wrap it? Can I help you?
Sure.
So she gives you some salve first.
Mm-hmm.
It's the salve. You can roll your hit die.
Okay.
And then she wraps your shoulder with some gauze. And she She pats you awkwardly on the shoulder, and she goes, "You'll
She
be good
winces.
as new." Oh, sorry. And then she goes up to Varys. And she goes, "Oh wow, your nice white shirt is really bloody now."
Mm-hmm.
It's like torn on both shoulders.
Aw.
Yeah.
Like a cold shoulder poet shirt.
Yep. He's got like his shoulders are peeking out, but there's like no shoulder there. It's like bloody.
She goes, "Well, at least it made it easier to get to the actual shoulder part, you know?"
Sure. Then he just like lifts it up over his head.
She hands him the salve. This is gonna be even weirder. It's gonna be really cold, and then it's gonna get really hot. And you're gonna feel like something is moving because
It's fucking
but it's
awful.
fine. Because
Ivy.
they're gonna heal you, and it's gonna be fine.
Sure.
And she hands you the open jar.
Yeah. He picks it up, and like takes a little bit out and starts applying it.
And then she will wrap your shoulder as well. And she will awkwardly pat your other shoulder.
They're both
bad.
fucked.
Well, she healed that one.
Yeah, but it's still.
Okay, well, she still pats that shoulder.
Yeah.
She pats his head.
No,
He,
she
like-
still pats the other shoulder.
He doesn't make any reaction to it. He just thank you for the salve.
Alara's like, when did the world get so dangerous? Like just a couple of days ago? This is just...
You know, I think I've been attacked more consecutively in the last couple of days than I have in the 5 months I've been traveling alone.
I've never been attacked before this trip, for being honest.
I wish I could say the same.
I mean, I haven't either.
I technically did a lot of training.
Well, that's good. It's coming in really handy, you know? Hopefully that was the only thing that got out, right? That was probably the only thing that got out. It's probably fine.
Sure, yeah, I appreciate your optimism.
Yeah. Everything is so buried under there now.
Varys, will you roll another history check?
Oh no.
They hunt in packs,
They
don't
do.
they? We're gonna have to find another one.
16.
Yeah, you know where there's one, there's generally more.
I think Varys like thinks about it a second, and he's like, and he just makes a face of slight disappointment and shakes their head. And I think he stands up and he's just like, goes into his pack, debates putting another shirt on, realizing it's probably pointless at this point. Just puts his pack back on and goes, so if I recall correctly, where there's one, there's more. Perhaps we should get to move on.
I think as they're walking, Ivy sort of chuckles a bit. And she goes, did you forego the shirt so that you could try to seduce the monster with your pecs or something?
I think they grow, like they literally look up at the sky, summon patience, drop the pack on the ground, pulls out another shirt and puts it on.
I just figured that you might get a little cold.
It is a little chilly out here.
You probably could have cut glass for a moment there.
Alara goes, how?
He's like, you know, I appreciate you staring, I suppose. Sorry that I forgo modesty in favor of saving clothing.
She's like, you know, honestly, it's just like appreciating art at this point, you know?
He looks at you so weird.
And she goes, oh, I'm a lesbian. Like a raging lesbian.
A raging lesbian.
Was that not?
I think they nod, put their pack back on. Suddenly everything's clicking into place. He's like, I should apologize to you then.
For?
I definitely hit on you the first time I met you. I'm very sorry.
Oh, I'm such a lesbian, I didn't even realize. Holy shit.
Alara is just looking at them confused. She goes, we're learning so much about each other today. And yesterday. And the day before.
And probably tomorrow as well.
Maybe. He's walking.
He just like looks a little confused and goes, I don't know how much more we'll learn about one another. I assume we're all splitting off at Ozrin, so...
She looks at you. She's like, where would I go?
Alara goes, Oh, are you going to meet up with your old group?
With my old group?
You just said that you were just traveling alone for the last couple of months.
Oh, no, hopefully never meeting up with them again, to be honest, so.
Then you need a new group. That settles it. We're traveling together.
Whoa.
The 3 of us. 4 of us. The 4 of us.
Alara goes, well, I have, like, guild stuff that I have to do. Okay.
I mean, it's not like I have anything to do, really, so.
I'd like to know about the guild stuff.
Okay, I mean, I guess that would be okay. I just left my last group, like, 2.5 weeks ago. And this is, like, the first time that I've ever been alone and traveling alone, and I think I did a great job. And then I was just gonna kind of go back to, keep going to see the guilds. She shrugs.
I think Varys is thinking as he's walking. I don't know if it's the best idea for us to travel together, or at least for me to join with you.
Pish posh. I mean, I think, Alara and I need protection.
Wait.
And I also think...
I think you two managed to take care of yourselves just fine.
I think you also need protection from the stupid shit you get into.
You need healing. A lot, it seems.
And you need someone to keep you humble.
Humble? Am I not humble?
She shrugs.
I don't know. We'll see. Give me some time to think about it. Perhaps it's something you should probably think about as well.
I don't necessarily want to walk around Thylacine alone.
I mean, it's getting really dangerous, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm also meant to make sure this is the life you want,
No, I just said I was going back to the guilds. Like, if you both want to experience science, then,
Sure.
I grew up around it.
Yeah, that's true. You can see how we do it here. It's probably not as fun, though, because we don't get to use magic like you do.
To be honest, I don't really want to go home anymore. It's wild. I didn't realize how much I wasn't able to do at home.
Like almost get sacrificed?
Or murdered?
She laughs.
Or get hissed at?
Get hissed at? Those are new experiences. For 50 years, I didn't experience anything new. It was the same thing every single day. I don't have any friends back home. There's no one to be friends with back home. I'm alone.
Well, then why don't you have any friends back home?
I have an abrasive personality.
Do you? She goes, I guess you can be a little snotty sometimes, but it's not so bad.
There's no one my age.
Oh.
In Felsmore.
Well, there's people your age here for sure. I think we should go to Ozrin, and sleep for like a week, and then kind of figure it out,
Certainly. I'm sure we all could use some downtime.
That would be so nice.
Especially after all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If I never see a hook whore again.
It sounds like you're saying hook whore.
It's just my accent.
Like, I was going to say, I have bad news for you.
About seeing them or about how she's saying it?
About never seeing a whore again.
Oh. I don't think I've seen very many in my life.
He just smiles to himself and says, there's a brothel in Ozrin.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. If you go to that part of town, you might see a lot more.
Ivy knows what a brothel is, but not what a government is.
Priorities.
There's a brothel in Felsmore, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Well, there's probably other cool stuff in Ozrin too. I've never been to Ozrin.
It's not a bad town.
Not if the inn has chocolate chip pancakes, then it's probably a good town.
There's 2 inns there, actually. One of them, the Zath's Inn, has chocolate chip pancakes. The other one is very stuffy. Full of rich snobs.
Sounds boring.
Very.
Ivy, you might like it.
She shrugs.
They're all terrible company, honestly.
Okay, so then we won't go to that one.
Nope.
Are we almost there?
Did we start walking again?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. You would probably surmise that you're about like an hour on foot away. Definitely will get there before the sun sets.
Nice. Okay, cool. I think after some time of walking that they were like in silence, I think Alara goes, hey Varys,
Yes, Alara.
can I see your scythe?
Sure. And he kind of just like pulls his hand out, palm up, and you see the red mist coalesce from his palm, taking the shape of the scythe, and then it evaporates and manifests.
I think she had to like stop walking and turned around to say that. Does she see runes on it if she looks at it?
Yeah. There's 3 of them on the actual blade of the scythe, and then there's kind of like a string of equation decorating from the top down a little bit. Looks like decoration if you didn't know what you were looking at.
She goes, did you do this the other night when you borrowed my book?
I did, yeah.
She like looks at it again, and I think she smiles, and she goes, and you said I was a marvel?
I think he looks a little bit surprised, and you see he schools his expression very quickly, but make a perception check, Alara. And Ivy if you want to.
10.
Awesome.
19.
19? Awesome. The 2 of you both see him school his expression, but the shock comes into his eyes, seemingly like surprised by the compliment. The tips of his ears, though, are very red. And he clears his throat and says, thank you.
She nods. You're welcome.
I think Ivy looks between the 2 of them, and she looks at Bia and just sort of nods.
Aw. And they keep walking.
I'd say about 30 minutes or so passes, and you're realizing that the trees around you are starting to thin out. The sun is kind of getting lower in the sky at this point, and you know the sun sets slowly in these parts anyway. You have some light still. The road is better taken care of at this point. You can see that the sides are trimmed up and taken care of. The trees have been thinned out. The pathway is well packed. And as you break through the tree line, you realize that you must have been walking an incline this entire time, gradually, because before you, you're looking down on a town. From your path, you see a sign posted, it says Ozrin. To the west, the sun is setting over a wet, wide lake, turning it the color of pink, and the civilization itself is breathtaking. The civilization is walled in, the city is. It looks like it was carved out of a mountainside and sits in a lowered basin. The walls are hundreds of feet high, and there's greenery and beautiful bushels of like red colored flowers growing out of the sides. There's 2 gates that you can see. One is closer to the water on a path that is far from you. In between there is vast amounts of farmland and some scattered houses, some barns. On the path before you leads to another gate. It's smaller, and distantly you can actually see some people moving about the wall, setting up a brazier for the night.
We fucking made it.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, bitch.
It'll take you a little bit to get to the gate yet, but you're on your way.
Ivy sees the wall and she goes, finally, oh my god.
You don't like traveling, Ivy.
I mean, I'm just really not used to it.
That's fair. As you travel, you're seeing people actually walking home in the fields to the barns inside, or making their way to the entrance of the gate to the town. You're not alone on this path, and you don't actually stand out as much as you thought you would. In the last town, you guys kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. This one, in the small line that's forming, you see there are some people dressed very similar to you. In adventuring gear, some have weapons strapped to their back, packs on their hip. People of all lineages lining up to get inside. And there are people seemingly having conversations with folks, checking some sort of paperwork.
Ivy side-eyes the 2 of them.
Ferris looks at the person checking paperwork at the gate, and looks at Ivy. You know, I don't think that we'll have too much of a problem.
Do you have magic paper, or...?
No,
Do you have psychic paper?
I do not have magic paper, but
Can't you just we can just forge you a paperwork really quick, maybe.
Oh yes, right in front of them. Mm-hmm.
Well, we can go off.
I was going to say, like, we'll just whip it out, like, right now and just start.
No, just we can go off to the side. You can get in my pocket if you want. But also off to the side.
No, I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Ivy, you can take my guild badge if you want and say that you're Alara Spindlespark, and then I can just talk my way out of into there.
You know, I don't know if that's
I think if anyone's going to be able to like lie their way into something, it'll probably be me.
You say very hesitantly.
Why do you not think that I'm a good liar?
No.
I don't know. It was more about the way you sort of like stuttered when you were coming up with your plan.
Yeah. It's all a part of the ruse, you know? That's how I get the people to believe me by just doing, you know, this. And they're just like, okay, well, you know, you obviously are having you know what you're talking about. No. No, they just know that I know what I mean. I just can't really explain it all the time. And they're just like, oh, you just go ahead, you know?
Uh-huh.
She nods.
You know, somehow, I don't really believe that, if we're being honest.
She like looks down. She goes, yeah, neither do most people.
Laura, do you make a habit of lying like this, or?
I mean, no, it's just sometimes when you have to get into places, you can't always just say who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you just fib a little, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes,
Ivy can't say that she is Ivy from the Feywild, you know? That would probably be a really...
No, I can't use one of my last names, for sure.
Oh god, no. Absolutely not.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just, you know, we'll just see. Just don't say. Speaking of being bad at lying, honestly, though, I mean, you know, your whole, like, I'm from, you know, here, 100% definitely forever, is not really great, if we're being honest about lying and stuff.
Okay, to be fair, there is a difference between, like, lying with intent and lying trying not to, like, get killed.
Yes, and I agree with you. That's what I was saying before. But I'm just saying that you're not, you haven't been really great at it.
How long did it take you to realize, Alara?
Okay, well, I am not the best example, you know, for that. How long did it take you to realize, Varys?
I'm not sure that you want to know.
Why?
I was fooled for a moment, and then I saw the pseudo dragon. It took me, I think, a couple of hours.
She thinks about it, and she nods. And she goes, well, excuse me for taking somebody at their word.
No, I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. I don't. I think it's good to see the good in people.
She nods.
Okay, let's just balls to the wall this.
Yes.
I've been here before, and it'll be alright.
You say that now.
I do. Just don't make any, you know,
sudden moves,
over-exaggerated claims. You see the people ahead of you move past, and you're now up to the front of the short line as they head inside. Before you are two people dressed in leathers. Not really any special uniform, just with a little brooch with a rose on it.
Laura takes out her guild badge.
Before you see a 5'9" human woman with dark skin and long, curly black hair and brown eyes. She just kind of gives you a tight smile, like she wants to be more pleasant, but she's working right now. So she goes, hey, welcome to Ozrin. Do you have your papers? Or a reason for your stay, perhaps?
Laura holds out her guild badge.
And she's like, may I? And she holds out her hand.
Sure. Mm-hmm. She hands it over.
She starts examining it. Is it authentic, Alara?
Yes.
Okay.
It says Alara Spinel. It says
Alara Full Government Spindlespark.
Alara Full Government Spindlespark of the Royal Spot Lab of Citrine, and that's what it says.
And let me pass forever.
Full access pass.
Full access.
Full access.
It's
all-inclusive stay.
It says, just ask my mentor.
I do what I want.
She reads it over, flips
I'm
it to
on
the
my
back.
7th strike. There's tally marks on the back.
Is there actually?
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, there are.
There are?
There's 7 tally marks on the back of it.
I think that she looks at them, kind of has like a half smile. Like she's fighting a grin, and she hands it back to you and says, reason for your stay.
Though this was the closest town from Grimford.
Oh, you guys are coming from Grimford.
Yes.
Okay. You and a lot of other folks are trickling in through. Could I get to all of your names? Oh, actually, not your. I know who you are. And she points to Varys, and Varys nods, inclining their head. She turns to Ivy instead.
And my name's Venya.
Make a deception check, Ivy.
That was a gut reaction. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, 24.
24? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the woman before you, she nods. Vanya. Okay. And your reason for your visit is coming along with Alar?
Yes,
You're coming from Grimford, are you?
correct.
Wonderful. What's your passive perception, Ivy?
16.
So behind the woman you're currently talking to stands 2 other guards, further towards the gate. They're just kind of like, they were chatting. One of them stops chatting and looks at you,
Okay.
a little funny. This is a dwarven gentleman with red hair and a long, well-cared-for red beard. He cocks an eye at you, like an eyebrow at you, and make an insight check.
Okay. That is a 19.
Ivy, you get the sense that he has been passively listening to your conversation,
Creeper.
and he doesn't believe you.
Okay. He doesn't have to believe me.
He leans forward to whisper something to the other guard in front of him, who nods.
I rolled a nat 20.
Meets it, beats it, my friend.
Thanks so much for listening. We're incredibly grateful for the love and support.
And P.S. If you want more content, check out our Patreon for free clips, bonus scenes, and if you join the Red Rogues, you'll get access to the Rainbow Dice Club chat and after show where we talk about past episodes.
If you're enjoying the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us.
Special thanks to our Green Fiend Patreon supporters, Jen Bear and Michael.
And with that, our story pause is here for today. Join us next time as we continue our adventures, and remember, it's never too late to start your own.
Bye!
And I'm wearing Blu-ray glasses and I don't like them.
They're not Blu-ray.
Blue Shield, they block out the blue blockers. I don't know.
Blue filter glasses?
Blue filter. I'm wearing blue filter glasses and I don't like them. And my big nose is making them not sit right on my face.
Everyone's just not having a good time today. Jeez. What are the vibes that we're creating in the studio today?
I am really excited for Ozrin, though. Just kidding. I'm excited for Alara to sleep for like 2 weeks.
Joke's on her. It's not happening.
Paris runs.
Paris gets up and bolts the other direction. No.
They just watch him go and they're like, what the fuck? Alara knows the whole family tree. For some odd reason, the Night Breezes were her special interest growing up.
Oh, yeah, Basil. He's a famous artificer. I literally didn't know what you were talking about. I love that.
True to character. No, sorry.
It's like, what? Who's refusing what? Varys is like, let me pull out my lore doc.
Alara's like, let me get my history book out.
Like, does Mortimer come over for afternoon tea?
Yeah. No, she's not.
She's
not
like,
familiar
oh,
with
Morty?
Morty. Like,
She
where are you
can't be
from?
like, hey.
Yeah,
I'm
so
from
she's
Stalin.
Stalin.
I've just decided she's never gonna say it right.
I love it.
She would never, even if she wanted to, she would never be able to register because they would, the second she did, they'd know that she's not from here.
Yeah.
So.
I told Wayra
No,
that I
I'm
have
obsessed.
like another hour in me, just FYI, before I
Okay.
start getting stupid. What a weird looking thing. I hate it so much.
What does it look like? Does he send a picture?
I sent it. Mhm.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh, no. What the fuck?
It's like a beetle
If
hawk
this
mix.
thing tries to swallow Alara, I'm leaving. I'm just letting you know,
It's
because
like-
it looks like it has a big mouth.
It's like a beetle, a seal, a crab,
There's
a
so
hawk.
much happening.
What is happening to this thing? A velociraptor? Like, I don't fucking know what it is.
I just love fucked up little monsters, guys.
Oh boy.
Did you get any back?
Not really.
You can roll another one.
I have one more I could roll.
Oh, that's right. Rolling level 3. Forgot.
It is at this moment you know another one comes out of the
Bring
brush.
it out.
I'm
Bring it
saving
out.
the last one just in case.
Alara is going to be covered
Riddled.
in scars. Like
Riddled
literally
with
no.
scars. This poor woman.
She has no HP.
Sometimes a nat 20 is not enough.
It is. It is
Sorry.
enough.
It's always enough.
Don't do this to me.
Alara takes out her crossbow.
Reload.
Alara takes out her crossbow.
Reload.
Reload.
You just save scum.
Reload.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.